Hey, this is Jogie, and today I want to talk about Rotationless F2L. So over the last week or so, I've been doing this experiment trying to find the most efficient way to do F2L without rotating the cube, and here's what I've come up with so far. So I've seen a lot of tutorials where people will use the M slice to pair up the F2L, but I find that to be a little bit more complicated, and a more intuitive way in my mind is to use a fat D move. Now, I haven't done this too much in speed solving, so I don't know how practical it is to re-grip to the top to do a fat D move, but this is still in the works, and I want you to tell me what you think about this. But yeah, so here's what I've come up with. So basically, the only exception to the no rotation rule is when you have no setup move required for the F2L pair, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So we have this red and green F2L pair here, and it's supposed to go in this red and green slot. So you split them up and get them paired for a 3-move insert. Now you'll see that they're lined up and ready to go in, but I'm going to have to do a rotation to do it. But since there's no top move required to line them up, I'm fine with doing an F2L rotation just to put that in, just because it saves me a lot of time, and it really is just better in my opinion. But in any other situation, I will do a rotationless solution. So now I'll show you, let's see, another one. Okay, so we have these two, these orange and green pairs. We can do that one rotationless pretty easy. Here's the blue and orange. Also pretty easy rotationless. And now this last one, to connect these two, I'm going to have to use the empty slot. Most people would probably rotate and then pair it up that way. But what I prefer to do is to do this fat D like that, and then pair them up, and then insert. So no rotations, but yet still able to do it pretty quickly. Now let's try a few more on this cube. Let's see. Okay, so here we have these orange and greens. So connect them, do that rotationless. Alright, now we have these two here. Now for this one, what I would typically do for this situation is to split them up like that, but that requires a rotation. So what I would do is do a fat D again, and then split them up like that, and then do another fat D to line them up into the slot that they go. Now, like I said at the beginning, this is still an experimental project, and I haven't really ironed out all the glitches, but I just want to let you know what I was thinking of. So, alright, so here's another one of the situations where these red and greens are ready to be inserted but you need a rotation. So I could try like doing a D move and then grabbing the D face and then doing a U move, but that's a lot less efficient. So what I would prefer to do is just do a rotation on this one and then pair it up and put it in. And now for this last case, what I would do, I've got these two here that need to go there. I'm also able to just do a rotation and put them in like that. Alright, I've got these cubes re-scrambled, and let's try this again. Get a few more examples. So, alright, so if you're holding the cube like this, and you've got these red and greens, what I would do here is actually, well, you could do a rotation, but I think it would be easier just to do this thing where you split them up like that, connect them, and then insert them there. I know, like, my F2L isn't too great, I'm probably butchering a lot of this, but I find that to be a more easy solution than what I would normally do. So now for these two, this one's pretty simple. Here we have the orange and blue, and that goes in that back slot. So what I would do for this one is actually do a D, fat D prime, and then pair those up and put them in. And so I did that rotationless. Oh, sorry, I got that wrong. Alright, there we go. So that last one was also rotationless. So yeah, there's really not too many cases where this method doesn't apply. But, I mean, occasionally rotations are fine as long as you can do it faster than other ways. But let's just get right into this example. So here we have these. Alright, so here's the case where I have these two ready for a 3-move insert, but the slot is back there. And so what I would do for this case is either do a fat D prime to get the slot in the front, or do a fat D to get the slot back there. Either works. The only difference is that I'm opening this slot here. Well, if I did the D prime, I would be opening up that slot. It doesn't really matter here. Now for this next one, I see the green and orange pieces here and here. They need to go there. So what I would do is a fat D to open up this slot as a junk slot, get them in a 3-move insert position, do another fat D, and then insert just like that. And then here we have this F2L case, so I'll just do another fat D to open up the junk slot, separate them, and then put them in. So yeah, this is just my idea of what rotationless F2L would be. I've only been experimenting around with it a little bit, and over the next few weeks I'm going to try to implement it into my speed solves and see if it's really practical. I want you guys to let me know what you think of this and how you would do rotationless F2L. And so yeah, that's about it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed and maybe you learned something. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you think, and keep cubing.